Hello and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha television. You're watching Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation in and around the country. I'm Frank Rausen Pereira. From novel materials developed by IIT Guwahati researchers to harvest drinking water from humid air to a unique method of rice cultivation developed by progressive farmer, we have plenty in store for you today. But first, the headlines. Nobel Prize 2020 award ceremony conducted online on the 10th of December. Winners received the prizes at their homes. Videos and photos of ceremonial presentations shown during the award ceremony. IISF 2020 plans to create 5 world records. School children from across the country will participate online to be a part of the world record attempts. IIT Guwahati researchers developed novel materials to harvest water from humid air. Technology inspired by hydrophobic and hydrophilic plant surfaces does not require any cooling arrangement. And SAGUNA rice technique is changing the lives of farmers in Maharashtra. The technique developed by a progressive farmer manages soil and water efficiently and yields better harvest. Now, the news in detail. Well, keeping up with the new normal, the Nobel Prize award ceremonies were conducted online on the 10th of December. Prior to the main ceremonies, the medals and diplomas were delivered to the winners at their homes. Videos and photos of local ceremonial presentations were shown during the main award ceremonies conducted in Stockholm and Oslo. In view of the pandemic, the Nobel Foundation reconfigured the whole program and streamed it live. Here's a detailed report.
The Nobel Prize award ceremonies at Oslo and Stockholm were organized digitally this year. The ceremony for Nobel Peace Prize was conducted at Oslo, and the ceremony for the rest of the categories was conducted at Stockholm as per the normal tradition. Before honoring the laureates in the ceremony, the King of Sweden addressed the winners from Royal Palace of Stockholm in the presence of the Queen. As per the reconfigured ceremony, the laureates were honored in their current home countries, and their recognition was celebrated at the main ceremony by playing the video of the local ceremonial presentations. The videos were preceded by the live introductory speeches at Stockholm held by the professors from the prize-awarding institutions. The physics laureates were seen first during the ceremony. Roger Penrose of Britain, Reinhard Genzel of Germany and Andrea Ghez of USA were shown receiving the medals and diplomas for their contributions towards the study of black holes. Chemistry laureates were shown next. Emmanuelle Charpentier of France and Jennifer A. Doudna of the USA were shown receiving the prize for developing a genome editing tool CRISPR-Cas9. The chemistry laureates were followed by the laureates in physiology or medicine. Harvey J. Alter, Charles M. Rice and Michael Hutton were shown receiving the medals in their current home cities for their research on hepatitis C virus. Nobel laureates in literature and economics were also honored during the same ceremony. Though the ceremony was digital, yet it was designed in an engaging way to enchant the online audiences as well as the awardees. Beautifully composed musical interludes succeeded in mesmerizing the online viewers, and the ceremony ended with a rendition of David Bowie's Heroes, paying a befitting tribute to this year's winners of the most sought-after prize in the world.
India International Science Festival has a tradition of creating world records, and the 6th edition of the festival aims to keep up with this tradition by attempting to create 5 world records this year. To establish the records, school students from across the country will participate online in different activities related to science and disease prevention. Here's more.
This year, IISF may create a record of sorts for being the largest science festival to be held in a virtual format. In any case, IISF is known to create world records by conducting science-based activities on a large scale. And this tradition is set to continue even in the 6th edition of the mega festival, as students will try to create 5 world records by participating in different activities.
The Guinness World Record attempt is one of the, I would say, the flagship activity of an IISF since 2015. And every year we are achieving minimum of 1 to the maximum of 3 to 4 records every year. And this year also is going to be part of it. If you look at it, everywhere there was an event happened, and only the people or students involved from that city will be part of it. But in this particular Guinness World Record attempt, now the students' participation is going from across the globe. So you will see the students not only from India, even from abroad also are going to be part of it.
On the first day of the festival, that is on the 22nd of December, a large number of school students will join the festival online and participate in the assembling of a sundial kit. On 23rd of December, school children will participate in the hand washing activity and spread the message of safer you for a safer world. Similarly, the festival will also promote the life-saving habit of mask wearing by attempting a world record, where thousands of students will wear the masks together on the 24th of December. On 25th December, an attempt will be made to create a world record of most viewers of a nutrition lesson live stream on a bespoke platform. Last but not the least, the festival also hopes to register the largest ever attendance for a virtual science conference during a single week, that is, from 20th to 25th December. Attendance generated in all the events related to the festival will be considered for this record.
In 2020, we are really looking forward to have 5 records altogether, because festival itself is going to be hosted on the virtual platform. So that is one of the record which will by default will become as one of the record. Then we are also going to have in pandemic situation the mask wearing, the awareness of the all kind of sanitations and other part of it. Making of sundial is also one of the activity which we are planning to take, and there will be a larger science lesson where the lot of students are going to join for this particular event through the virtual platform. So in a way, this year 2020 will be full of excitement to see how much are we going to get the attempt in this 2020. So we are very optimistic about it, and we look forward to get that.
The tradition of making world records during IISF is an exercise to bring students closer to science and technology. Such experiments and activities motivate the students to make a future in the field of science, and this is the actual motive of India International Science Festival.
Well, it's time now for a short break on the program, but stay tuned. We have much more lined up for you on the other side.
Standing at the center of Quwwatul Islam Mosque inside the historic Qutb complex, this iconic iron pillar gives us a glimpse of Delhi's tryst with the kingdom and its supremacy. This iconic pillar bears an inscription written in a later form of Brahmi script of Ashokan time. The inscription on the pillar talks about the victory of a great king. defeating his enemies from the expanse of areas between what is now Bengal to Punjab. The pillar is 7 meters tall and is 1 meter below the ground with diameter of 48 centimeters at the foot, getting slender at the top, measuring 29 centimeters. Weighing approximately 6.5 tons, the pillar was manufactured by forged welding and has not rusted ever since. As per the popular folklores, Delhi's Rajput king Anandpal Tomar gave this land a name based on this pillar. The story goes that King Anandpal Tomar was told by a sage that this pillar is immovable and rested on a hood of a serpent king, Vasuki. Out of sheer curiosity, Tomar decided to check the ground beneath the pillar, and surprisingly, he indeed found the pillar resting on the head of a serpent king. In an awe of what he has seen, Tomar bowed to the land and ordered to install the pillar back. The pillar could be fixed back firmly and remained loose, dhila as we call it in Hindi. It was here Delhi got the first variant of his name, Delhi, the land whose soil is loose.
Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. I'm Frank Rausen Pereira. This is Rajya Sabha Television. Well, to solve the problem of drinking water, researchers at IIT Guwahati have developed a new and efficient method to harvest water from humid air. Inspired by hydrophobic and hydrophilic plant surfaces, the researchers have succeeded in developing novel materials to accomplish this goal. According to the researchers, the technology was able to harvest water from foggy air without the need for any cooling arrangement. Here are the details.
Water scarcity is becoming a major challenge all over the world. To overcome it, efforts are being made to collect and conserve water through non-conventional means. Scientists are turning towards nature to design and develop new methods of water harvesting, and their efforts also target water vapors present in the air. In this series, researchers from IIT Guwahati have now developed an efficient method of extracting drinking water from the humid air. The transformative research was done by research scholars Mr. Kaushik Maji, Mr. Avijit Das and Ms. Mandeepa Dhar under the leadership of Dr. Uttam Manna, who is an associate professor at the Institute's Department of Chemistry. The research has been published in the Journal of the Royal Society of Chemistry.
If you see, particularly in our country, many regions, we often complain about the very humid and hot weather, right? So that means like the water remains as a vapor form. And if you find a way to convert that water vapor to liquid, then you can solve this issue. We have introduced the chemically modulated the patterns, hydrophilic patches with the different dimensions and different geometry. And not only that, we also confined these pattern interfaces physically, and we found like both has a severe impact.
The new technology is inspired by hydrophobic and hydrophilic characteristics found in plants. Taking inspiration from the slippery surface of the pitcher plant, a novel material was developed by spraying a sponge-like polymeric material on a simple paper and by making chemically modulated hydrophilic spots on it. Then the material was lubricated with two distinct types of oil, natural olive oil and synthetic Tritox. This novel and slippery material not only extracts water from the humid air, but also aids in its collection without any cooling or condensation arrangement.
Through the fundamental optimization, we achieve a very highly efficient water harvesting ability for our interfaces, which not only slippery interface, is chemically modulated hydrophilic slippery interface. So if you consider its designing parameters as well as its performance, it has a lot of potential for commercialization.
The new technology can be a boon during the high humidity and high fog seasons in our country, and can also aid in alleviating the water scarcity issues. Apart from water harvesting, this technology can also be used to make easily cleanable household appliances, to prevent biofouling of underwater hulls of ships and submarines, and for creating anti-icing windows for aircraft.
An understanding of science and technology can deliver better results in every field. This has been proved once again by a progressive farmer belonging to Rajya district of Maharashtra, who has developed a new low-cost and low-irrigation technique for the cultivation of rice called the SAGUNA rice technique, or SRT. The method does not require tilling, keeps the soil fertile and yields better harvest.
Farmers in Maharashtra are now abandoning the conventional methods of agriculture and adopting the innovative techniques like SRT for better results. Within a span of 10 years, the SAGUNA rice technique, or SRT, has brought about a revolution in the paddy cultivation. It is a unique method of rice cultivation on permanent raised beds without ploughing, puddling and transplanting rice. The credit for developing this innovative method largely goes to Krishi Bhushan Award winner Chandrasekhar Bhadsavle from Rajya district of Maharashtra. Today, the technique is also helpful in growing other rotation crops apart from paddy.
Along with rice, we grow several other crops, and they are all cultivated by a very new, unique, innovative technique. We call it SRT, SAGUNA rice technique. SAGUNA rice technique is a regenerative method of farming where no ploughing, no puddling, and it is a technique that helps farmer build confidence. The farmer becomes happy, the motherly land also becomes happy.
A graduate in agricultural sciences and a degree holder in food technology from California University, Mr. Bhadsavle established the SAGUNA Bagh in 2011 and started using SAGUNA rice technique in farming. Once he was convinced of the technique, he also started training the farmers around him. As per this technique, depressions or holes are made with iron former on the raised beds. Then the seeds are sown along with the fertilizer. The soil is then irrigated with the available method or rains, after which weedicides are sprayed on the spot. When the crop is ready for harvest, the stubble of the plant is left intact in the ground. The new crop can then be planted again on the same bed. This method helps in reducing the cost and increasing the yield.
ज़ीरो टिल यानी कि इसमें किसी भी तरह की जुताई यानी कि लैंड प्रिपरेशन नहीं करना होता है, और कंजर्वेशन एग्रीकल्चर यानी कि संवर्धित खेती। तो संवर्धित खेती में किसानों को लागत कम लगती है, किसानों के एफर्ट्स, किसानों को लगने वाला जो भी यानी कि रासायनिक खाद हो, बीज हो, और किसी भी तरह की मेहनत उसमें उनका बचत हो जाता है।
SAGUNA technique prevents the loosening of the soil and reduces erosion. Remaining of the previous crops and plants aid in moisture retention of the soil. This makes the soil more fertile and the rice crop needs less irrigation.
We have harvested the rice, but we have left the roots of rice crop and the small portion of rice straw in situ for it to decay in place. This way, our organic carbon starts going up by 0.5% every day. And 0.5% carbon, 0.5% organic carbon is equivalent to 9 tons of carbon dioxide per year per acre. And this has got big importance. Being a no-till farming method, one of the most important problems that our country is facing in Punjab and Haryana of parali burning, stubble burning, this method can avoid it.
Saguna Bagh has now become a spot for agricultural tourism. Farmers and scientists from different places visit the Bagh to understand the Saguna rice technique. Almost every region in Maharashtra is now using this technique for the cultivation of rice, vegetables, groundnut, wheat, soya bean and various other crops. Farmers in Maharashtra are earning better than before with the help of this technique. Therefore, this technique can surely inspire farmers from other parts of the country.
Well, it's time for another short break on the program, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
For centuries, Delhi has been known for waterworks, given the vast number of kingdoms in the city. Among the earliest ones was a dam at Anangpur village, the city believed to be built by Rajput king Anangpal Tomar. This unique Indian hydraulic engineering structure was built around 8th century, running 50 meters long and standing 7 meters high. This dam was more of a water harvesting structure meant to store rainwater during the monsoon season. Located close to Anangpur village lies Surajkund, the waterworks which is regarded as among Delhi's first organized reservoir. Built in the shape of rising sun with an eastward arc, it's enclosed with a steep embankment made in semicircular shape of stepped stones. These reservoirs took care of need of the city at the time of the shortage of water, given Delhi's topography and warm weather spells. Also, once existed a magnificent sun temple near the Surajkund reservoir.
Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor on Rajya Sabha television, and now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
Many COVID-19 vaccine candidates are seeking approval for emergency use in India. Pfizer India became the first pharmaceutical firm to approach Drugs Controller General of India seeking an emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine. United Kingdom has already approved the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, and 90-year-old Margaret Keenan became the first person in the world to receive the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine after its rapid approval. She was followed by 81-year-old William Shakespeare and many others. Apart from Pfizer India, Serum Institute of India and Bharat Biotech have also filed an application seeking emergency use authorization of their respective vaccines. The Central Drugs Standard Control Organization (CDSCO) has already started an internal review of the applications. On December 6th, a Japanese capsule carrying the first subsurface samples of an asteroid landed safely in the remote Australian outback. The capsule was sent by the Japanese Hayabusa 2 aircraft under the Asteroid Sample Return Mission. The mission was launched on December 3, 2014 by the Japanese Space Agency, and the Australian Space Agency is playing an important role in the retrieval of the samples. The subsurface samples were collected by Hayabusa 2 from a carbonaceous asteroid called Ugu. According to the scientists, such samples can shed light on the origin of the solar system and life on Earth. Professor Anurag Rathore of IIT Delhi has been honored with the Agilent Thought Leader Award for the year 2020. Professor Rathore is the first Indian researcher to receive this award. He was recognized for his contributions to biopharmaceutical research and his work with advanced methods for molecular characterization of biosimilars. The award, given by global company Agilent Technologies, provides financial support, cutting-edge equipment and expertise to the researchers with influential ideas in life sciences, diagnostics and chemical analysis. On 21st December 2020, the world will witness a rare celestial event. On this day, Jupiter and Saturn, the two gas giants of our solar system, will come closest to each other, appearing to overlap each other in the sky. The planets will come this close after a gap of about 397 years. According to the scientists, on December the 21st, the actual distance between these planets will be about 735 million kilometers, while from our perspective, they will appear to be just 0.06 degrees apart. Conjunction is an apparent phenomenon in which two celestial bodies appear too close to each other because of the observer's perspective. And Great Conjunction refers to the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. The event will be visible to the naked eyes, provided the skies are clear after the sunset.
With that, it's a wrap in today's edition of Science Monitor. You can send us your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write to us at our address, which is Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodi Road, New Delhi, 110003. That's it from me. See you again next time.